We're taking our time today due to this topic of power bigger than. You all see that? Today's topic is power bigger than. Okay. The reason why I'm going to take this slow today, and the reason why that's the topic for today, is because a lot of women who are currently in limitations in their mind, and we have put ourselves in our own prisons over time because of the environments, okay? The environment of living on this earth, of being in a female body. And there's just so much more history, right? You can go read books about laws that have been put in place and understanding the base nature of males, understanding how we've been trained to fear ourselves, trained to fear men. And today I'd like to talk about what it's going to take for women who are currently playing small in their content, not talking about the topics they want to talk about, whose throat is locked up. Okay, they're unable to talk clearly, succinctly about sexual power, liberation, trauma, healing, shame. Thank you for those hearts. And anything even peripheral to that, womanhood, femininity, motherhood that's not, you know, self-sacrificing to the point of sickness and exhaustion. So the core of this is the sensual, sexual power of a woman and all the peripheral topics that are negatively impacted when the core of the woman is toxic, ruined, and disconnected from. And this topic here, we might as well say this equals power. This topic equals power. This is not about sex, it's about power. This is not because he's horny and he wants sex, it's about power. And women, because we fear power, we fear our sensual selves for a litany of reasons. We get fat as a means to hide and create a protection barrier so we become undesirable to the male gaze. We avoid certain clothes because we're afraid of male attention and what that could mean. We are in rejection of our sensual selves. So we're in rejection of arousal, sexual arousal. We're in rejection of any kind of feeling that is talked badly about in the Bible. Natural feelings. Because the same sensual feeling that you get when you lay on the beach and you put your feet in the sand and the sun hits you and maybe you sit close to the water so the water rushes up on you and you really relax in that way, the same sensualism that you feel there, you can feel when you look at a beautiful woman. Does that make you bad and wrong? No, you're a feeling sensual being. And energy is energy. It's what we put on it that makes it a problem. So let's talk about this right here. I want to get straight to it. I'm gonna pack a lot into a little bit of time today. My apologies for those of you who are waiting for me. There's so many moving parts now with, the way I have things set up a little different back here for me. So, let me just drop this right here real quick. The greatest way to avert this, the greatest way to avert it, for those of you who are scared of your own power and male attention and being, the greatest way to avert it is to turn all the way on. The greatest way to avert this is to turn all the way on. Now, the cousin of that is real power is counterintuitive. So, what women think is that when they turn all the way on, which is what a woman does when she stops lying to herself at a body level, when she pays it, she feels her way through life versus being what I call a neck up woman. A neck up woman is really good for the system because we get to use her, because we keep her in logic. We know exactly how to make her feel shame, how to make her feel guilt, how to make her become so self-sacrificing to where she becomes this exhausted mule. We know all the trigger levers. We know what to say to her. We know how to, right? To keep her as a neck up woman, okay? A neck down woman is the sensual woman who feels her way through life. She cannot be controlled, okay? She has deep felt senses about things. She can see things that other people can't see. She can take material, okay, any kind of invisible material, and convert it into a result that she wants to produce, into a feeling that she wants to feel, into a way that she communicates with people. Dominant society does not like this about women because we want women to do what we want them to do. We want them to behave in the ways that we want them to behave because we want to be able to extract from them for our usage. That's how society operates. We want them to move how we want them to move, think. We want them to be controlled things that can be parceled out, that benefits humanity but never benefits the woman. And when a woman is like this, she's easy to be because she's not in autonomy. She's very much afraid of herself and afraid of people. And men who are into this love going after weaklings. And when I say weaklings, let's be clear. Come on. What I mean by weaklings is I mean a woman who is like if your first reaction to a man's energy of predatory is to, you know, be scared and to want to run away and to get fat, like a lot of women do, right? Don't I know I have clients like this who, you know, Gwenna, I've talked about Gwenna on my Facebook business page right now. At the top of the page, there's a testimonial of she and I on video. And she said straight up, she was getting all this sexual attention from men. She didn't know how to handle it. She got scared and she ate her way into fatness because at least she could be safe. She didn't, right? And although I'm talking about this in the context of this, right? I'm talking about this because this is at the root of why so many of you all hide in your most powerful content online. This is the root of it. And maybe not necessarily this, but the kind of attention and name calling you will get when you actually become a woman. Okay? It is taboo to be a woman. The society is built up for you to be a mule for society, for you to work, 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 work in the form of motherhood, which motherhood is great. You need to be a mother, right? For those of you who are called to be a mother through childbirth, because there's other ways to be a mother where there's no childbirth involved. But a mother is still a sensual being. A mother is still sexy. A mother is still a powerful thing. Society has it so designed where suddenly you become, you know, who you are doesn't matter anymore. When the truth is, if a woman is not healthy, the kids greatly suffer. When a woman is turned off, when she's dialed down, the children suffer. Everybody suffers, frankly. Particularly though, if you are in care of children. So the fear of talking about real womanhood topics beyond the surface of lipstick and body scrub and perfume and, you know, how to do your hair and a makeup tutorial, beyond all the socially acceptable topics online, when we get down into the multiple degrees of womanhood, which include your PUSSY, which include how you feel down there. Like even as you sit here and listen to me right now, how does your vagina feel? Do you like your vagina? How do you feel when you see something that turns you on? Do you run away from it? Do you judge yourself every which way for how you feel, how you smell, how you respond to things, the topics you want to talk about? Are they sitting collecting dust in your Google Drive? because you're scared to talk about what you really want to talk about, because what are people going to say? And the reason why you even swirl in your head like that over for years and months is because you're not liking this at a neck down level. You're afraid of yourself at a neck down level. You don't feel yourself at a neck down level. What you do feel is a lot of pain. So if you're way past that, Andrea, what's up? What you here for? What you want? Tell me. Maybe I can help you. Or maybe you just like to hear me talk. Okay? So if you way past that, what's next? What's next? As a powerful woman, what do you create? Okay? Because when you really are turned on as a woman, what you can create, my God, you become a whole other thing. The thing that you're not supposed to be, that laws were made to make sure you don't become it. And when more of us become this and we actually get together, okay, and we actually can exist around each other, because powerful women who are not in their power are scared of women who are in their power. You see what I mean? Hey, Mashika. So here's what I mean by being all the way on. First of all, you're going to practice this in private before you start doing this in public, because most women are scared of really absorbing abundant male attention, the kind of male attention that could feel dangerous and scary to a lot of women. So the way many women will, if a man looks at them for too long, their response will be some version of, what the fuck you looking at, or wanting to like turn away, or a sensation will come up in her body, a sensation of discomfort. And she will interpret it as discomfort because she's not on and expanded in her body. Okay? When you start to engage in my own all energies process as a lifestyle, but then also, thank you for all those hearts, but also taking action in your life that fits inside of these three domains. So let me go on. Action that exists inside of these three domains. Either action that is outside of your, like, you like, I don't do that. That ain't me. I don't do that. Okay, that's one. Number two, anything that you are terrified of. And number three, anything that you, that most people would deem inappropriate. That maybe even your conscious mind deems inappropriate, but your unconscious mind is very much attracted to it. So maybe what you call the guilty pleasure. So this is why, I'm getting ready to say something. Thank you very much. Hi. I can't see the rest. High frequency. High frequency. And thank you for sharing the live. You perhaps have heard women who have been, okay? In the moment, there was a kind of fighting it, right? There was a fighting it, right? And later on, after the experience, when they thought about it again and brought it to mind and talked about it, I talked with a woman who was, and she said her clit was the hardest it had ever been. She was the most turned on she had ever been. And the energy, we're talking about this at an energy level. Okay, what she was turned on by was the audacity. That's the word she used, the audacity. So when we see a man who, what a lot of women call predatory, okay, and at a conscious level, we're like in rejection of predatory. We think we are in rejection of it. Because when that's your man and you need him to go be a predator to get out there and get that money and get them resources, you want him to be a predator, right? But somehow when you don't know him and it's, towards you, somehow you interpret that as something dangerous, something, what you looking at, something you need to turn away from and get fat because you don't want to get that, right? It's all about how you're interpreting the energy. Whether it's this that you're scared of, or any kind of male attention, or afraid of large amounts of money and the energy of that coming into your bank account, whether it's being around other powerful women who are clearly more turned on and lit up than you. Okay, those are three different kinds of big energy I just named. This is one, the energy of male attention, and how if you run from that, if you don't like that, you feel like that's whatever, right? The energy of large amounts of money coming into your bank account, that's number two, big energy. The third energy is being around women who are clearly more turned on, electric, light, powerful than you, okay, that you want to become. Those are three of a variety of demonstrations of big energy. Okay, that's three that I just named. The work that you are doing over here with my company, by the way, if you're new to me, I'm a power mentor. I'm the founder of the Academy for Womanhood, and I help women come into real power. It's a rare power that most women will avoid for the rest of their lives. Okay, frankly, understandably so. Okay, the power that my company helps you come into is about you becoming able to engage with all of these large energies. When you are able to be the fullness of who you are, you can engage all the energy. So you become source. You become source. So any energy that meets you in your field, you're able to absorb it and be with it. Where other men will be like, what are you looking at? Or turn away or get fat because they're scared of it. You're very open to engaging it. And inside of my Shadow Gold course, I send women through an own all energies process, and I specifically filter it through this lens because so many of the women who I was in conversation with before I created the course was talking specifically about being afraid of this, being afraid of male attention if they really turned on and became full women, and dealing with being in prisons and they couldn't understand how to get out of the prison that they were in. Sort of like feeling like they were playing small in a habituated way and was sick and tired of the playing small, bored and tired of themselves. If women were saying, I'm just so tired of myself. And what happens when a woman gets to the point where she's so tired of herself is what has happened is she is so habituated her own neck up living. Okay, it's neck up, neck up. I mean, she's hyper logical. Thank you, David. Hyperlogical for a woman puts you in a weakened state. We are deeply feeling, deep sensing beings. So for a woman to be hyperlogical, which is what a neck up woman is, she's hyperlogical, she's hyper responsible, she's super orderly, she's super, if that's a woman's dominant state, you can almost assure she is dry from down here. Even when she's having sex, is dry. She needs lubricants to have sex. She needs to do all sorts of things and drink things and do things to get her pussy together because she's dry from the neck down. Because she's very, very, I don't give a damn how much mother, wife she is. She's very masculine. And she's very logical in her way of being, okay? And so I realized that this was the dominant state for so many women who were in hiding and were afraid of this, had already experienced this multiple times, and really at a level were still in rejection of big energy, the big energy of themselves. So I invite you to a couple things. I have some solutions. I have a masterclass coming up. It's happening tomorrow. It's called Embody Your Platform. The link to register is in my bio. In my bio on TikTok, it will also be with this video. It's for women who are ready to build out a powerful platform on social media for 2024. And you know you need to embody, own all energy so you stop running and hiding, stop playing small, break all limitations, and make money if that's part of your plan for why you want to start talking about what you want to talk about online. So again, the masterclass is happening tomorrow. It's called Embody Your Platform. You can register with the link in my bio right now or with the link with this video. I'm here every weekday at 8 a.m. Pacific. My name is Naima, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific.